This is the microphone that we're using, so I'll just pass it to you when we're ready. All right, only a half an hour late. Sorry, everyone. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk afterwards and all that. But welcome to Kubernetes Austin. It's good to have you here. I see a few new faces, so that's always nice, and some returning faces. A lot of times, because we're a very small group here, we just like to go around the room and introduce ourselves. Not required, but if anybody, so is anybody first time? Raise your hand. Okay, no worries. Yeah, or first time in a while. Cool. Well, that's great. Do you mind going around the room and introducing yourself?
Sure. My name is David Mara. Been in Austin since 2004. My most recent job was at Schwab as a principal in platform engineering. And I may have come to Kubernetes meetup before, but it's certainly the first time in a while. So
nice. Welcome.
any questions?
Nice. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Ferdas. Platform engineer at GM. I come from a web background, Java and stuff. So I transitioned to platform about 2 years ago with Azure. I was coming across CNCF online, and somehow I stumbled upon this. And yeah, check it out. It's such a small group of people, so I'm like, yeah, I want to get to know more cloud engineers. Yeah,
awesome. Glad you found us. Welcome. Anyone else?
Hey.
Yeah, you.
This is Ram. I'm the Java developer, but I want to know what is the
There's always one of you in every group. Yeah.
I want to know what is the other end. So.
Great. Welcome.
Yeah, hi. This is Wamshi. I'm a principal cloud engineer. I'm working in a small fintech startup domain. I'm here from last 4 years in Texas, Austin.
Great. Welcome. Anybody else?
I'm Sagar. I work on Lowe's as a senior campaign engineer.
Nice. Oh, wow. Awesome. That's got to be exciting. Awesome. Welcome.
Okay. So my name is Zach Asper. My first time to this meetup, but I've kind of been in the Kubernetes ecosystem for a while. I'm product manager at Microsoft. I'm on the Azure open source incubation team. And so I'm PM for a CNCF sandbox project called Radius. It's a very application-oriented tool for deploying across platforms. Kubernetes, AWS, Azure. So it's very platform engineering centric. It's kind of our target user. So I figured I should probably come to this session.
You're in the right place. Yeah. Welcome.
I'm Judy. I'm founder of small startup Travel Like a City. Just curious about Kubernetes and the applications. I guess Kubernetes containerization and all that, especially as it applies to web security. How that can be managed through containerization. Yeah, so just curious about those aspects.
Awesome. You're also in the right place. Welcome. All right. Let's get to the sponsor for today's meetup. Thank you very much, WSO2, for sponsoring food and drink and allowing us to feed everyone and quench everyone's thirst. Does anybody from WSO2 want to give a quick pitch of what y'all do?
I do a couple of slides.
Oh, okay. Good. So this is Lakmal. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's going to be talking to us about platformless. As a platform engineer, I'm very interested about this talk. So we'll see. No pressure. But looking forward to that. Before we get into Lakmal's talk, though, let's a few things, kind of housekeeping items. First, we have a discount code for KubeCon. If anybody's going to Salt Lake in November, scan that QR code and you can get 20% off. I will be there, so hope to see you there, meet you there as well.
Flying bird too. Like
Yeah.
a month after the conference, you can sign up for even cheaper. Apparently.
Oh yeah, they open them pretty. They might be already open for London. I know the CFPs are open for London already. But anyway, everybody got it? We can go back to it at the end if you want. So we always give a shout out to our local recruiters, New Iron. They are local, so they know the skills that are in demand in Austin specifically. They also help with resume updates, career advice, job postings. And I always say just to reach out to them. They're super nice people, including Christine. You can jot down her email and just reach out and see, put your feelers out there. I feel like you should always be looking for work, new work, how to reposition yourself in your existing role, etc. It's not just if you're looking for a job. But if you're happy with your job, that's okay too. So I just wanted to point out this bonus talk from a conference that my company did, CIVO. We had this twice a year. It's called CIVO Navigate. This one was in London just a few months ago. They just released the recording of Kelsey Hightower. I'm not sure if he'd be the grandfather or the whatever you call it, of Kubernetes, but he was one of the founders. He was in the documentary if you watch that. So yeah, check out that video tonight, and it really gives you a good grasp, I think, of the future, where we're headed. He always keeps it real and kind of boiling it down to the essential bits that you need to know. So I feel like it's a good one to watch. Good investment every time. Also, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel, which is we're starting to get up and running here as we get more and more meetups. We also recorded last week's talk. We're doing the live streaming, which will be available as a recording after this as well. So check those out. Rafa, who's not here today, his talk from last month is posted on our YouTube channel. And it's just youtube.com/@ Kate's Austin. So it's super simple, or you can just Google it. Yeah, so if you want to reach out to us, like I said, Rafa's not here, Rafael, but he's giving a talk at KCD Porto in Portugal. So good luck to him. Hey, he's in your hometown, yeah. I think, no, I think it's in English actually, but yeah. Brazilian Portuguese is a little bit different, right? So exactly. Yeah, if you want to reach out to us at any time to either get involved with our community, help us organize, help us put on better events each month, please reach out to us individually. I'm so sorry, Mark is also here. He's an organizer. I just kind of copied and pasted from the last meeting, so sorry, Mark. But Mark's available too for questioning and for just a point of contact for this meetup. We are on CNCF Slack and Kubernetes Slack, so that's where you can find us. And then we have this yearly event called Kubernetes Community Days, KCD, and we're getting people to help us organize that as well, which is going to be in the spring, hopefully, of next year. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Lakmal. Hopefully this transfer works since we were having trouble earlier. Just gonna keep this right here. And you can either hold it or clip it onto
Yeah,
your.
thanks. That's it. Okay. Hi. Thank you for giving the opportunity Kubernetes hosting meetups. Thanks, Chad, and Harsh as well. So I Yeah, so I'm working company called WSO2, who is my employer. So my employer is sponsor me to travel here. I'm working at California, Sacramento. So all the travel and all the expenses from my employer. So my employer is a WSO2. Uh, we are a software development company. Like we have so our products are all open source. So we have API management, identity and access management, integration solution. You can download it and run it in your data centers. You can use as open source, and well as we have some SaaS offering. This is mainly I'm working toward now. We have a internal developed platform as a service. So I more today I more like uh, discuss our experience of building this platform, what are challenges we had, how we overcome by using different CNCF projects. So that's the main topic today. So we like a 19 plus years old company. We have 700 direct customers, 25,000 open source customers, and OEM customers as well. Our product are using more than 90 countries and like 60 trillion transaction over the year. So to our product stack. So pretty much this is our company. Okay, so let's move into the topic we want to discuss today. Yeah, so like chatted, so it's very scary, like discussing the platformless in the platform engineering meetups. Yeah, yeah, it's not about the taking of the jobs, but more about the sharing the experience and what are the strategies we can use in this industry. Okay, so before jumping into the technical stuff, let's see what problem we are trying to solve. Like, so we are in the era like we are the digital native born companies all around us, right? Uber, you say uh, Ally Bank, or all these all these companies are fully operate in the digital native. There's no physical officers or customer facing officers. So all are in digital native. So they are reaching customers via the digital product. So because of this challenge, even the ordinary enterprises also need to become digital, board into digital native products. So they have developed digital products. So because of this, every software, every company has to be a software company. So you can't avoid that. So basically, you have to develop software and then reach to the digitally to the your consumers. So that's the world we are currently living. Now, because of everyone going to be a digital product, so if you only can be competitive advantage of your giving a unique experience to your consumers. So that's we need to innovate fast. We need to deliver fast into the production. All this comes into the picture. So, so when I say every enterprises or every company needs to be a software company, so writing software is one thing, and running that software into production is another thing. Right? We can write software, but now with these competitions, we need to deliver this software fast into the market or production. Um, so, uh, so that means even if you think about writing some code, and if it's a one-off thing, we can just easily run it in production. But if you are doing a continuously innovation, continuously delivery these products into the production to the market, we need to have some kind of system in between to deliver this into the production. So you can read out. So writing code and running production, in between a lot of stuff you need to do if you do the frequent releases. So we have to have a CI/CD pipeline. So we have to do the unit testing, integration testing, and continuous delivery. And then we need to have some kind of uh, insight get out of our production runtime. We need to do the observability. Yeah, so these everything need to take care of. It's not just about the writing code or run production. So all these things need to be think when you are delivering this kind of software. So now to if you are doing this ad hocly, then it takes a lot of time. You can't deliver. Now with the competition, it's not about releasing us every 6 months. We have to release by every month or weekly or even day. So this is the productive we want to have as a software companies or the product development companies. So to do that, we need to have some kind of platform to cover this iteration things we do in between. So this is where uh, people try to build platform. So even very recently, Gartner released their hype cycle. The then the platform engineering or even internal developed platform is now in top in the trending in the hype cycle. So that's the trend now we are seeing in the industry. So when you're discussing the platform engineering, so this is CNCF platform engineering maturity model. I took this table. So basically, in that we have defined 4 level of maturity, like provisional, operationalized, scalable, and optimizing. So depending on the these levels, we can get some productivity, or we can easy deliver it to the production, and also then again when we're going this maturity level, building platform also is complex. So it's a simple maturity is a simple platforms. If you are going to higher maturity level, we need to build a platform that need to integrate a lot of technology, need to deal with a lot of new trending technologies, and integrate a lot of systems. So it's become complex. So to understand what this means, what's the complexity, what kind of skill we need, what kind of time frame we need to build this kind of platform. So I will just pick the summarization of this level of platforms. So for the professional platform, so normally the skill set are it's like a just an infrastructure automation platform. So it's a ad hoc kind of thing. It's not dedicated team. Some team we are utilizing. For example, if you're having a DevOps or infrastructure system engineers, you can utilize to build this kind of platform. And then so it's like mainly infrastructure, networking, or scripting, bash kind of thing, to automation. And in the runtime also, it's a very simple to I mean the operate in operational perspective. SRE skill set are also minimized because it's not a complex platform. But normally complexity is low. To build this kind of uh, uh, system or platform, it take a couple of weeks, maybe couple 1 or 2 engineers can do that. In the productivity also minimized because it's just ad hoc operational, ad hoc provisional we do using this platform. And you can ask question anytime. So it's just a meetup. So it's a discussion, right? That's not only what me talk about. Then when you go to the operationalized platform, it's bit of do what of stuff, not the just infrastructure or automation. Now, in this kind of platform, we can do CI/CD pipeline. So basically, we can integrate with your source repository, and when you do a commit or merge that into the your repository, it can trigger the CI/CD pipeline, and that trigger the automation what we build out of that. So it's a bit operationalized platform. Now, build this kind of platform, it takes a couple of months, and you need some kind of a skill, or you need to have a infrastructure as a code skill, or you can use either Puppet or Ansible, or if you are familiar with that. And then we need some 4 to 6 member of PE team to build and maintain this kind of platform. And in operational point of view, we need to 4 to 6 people. SRE need to be there to the operation.
So when you're describing these stages, are you suggesting building something truly from scratch, or you're mostly integrating, right? Like
Yeah.
you're gonna use VMware on the previous one,
Yes.
integrating with your not building, right? Just to be clear, because
Yes.
yeah,
It's
most of the job is a lot of gluing and customization.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like even if you are giving Amazon or AWS or Azure infrastructure, yeah, you have to integrate with your workflows. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, and then scalable platforms. This is where self-service kind of platform. So basically, like this give a self-service portal to your internal developers. Even now, even AWS, you can give the account to your developers. They can log in and get a VMs and Kubernetes clusters. You can deploy it. So and now not only that level, so basically now it is into your environment. Now if you're having a different environment, now we should be get some resources to develop environment, and you should be able to promote into the next environment. So these kind of things are automated in this platform as a self-service. To build this kind of platform, it take like a couple of months to year, and required 10 platform engineers and like a couple 5 to 8 SRE need to be there for the to operation this platform. So ultimately, it's like optimizing platform. So I equally to the internal development platform to maturity level is the highest maturity level. So it is very complex. So but it gives a lot of automation, all the self signing, self services, everything is there from the software design phase into the software development, into the operationally, into the even the CXO level dashboard, how the business is operating, all this stat collect through this platform and give the business insight as well. So it's a complete platform that you can get a lot of productivity out of if you're using this platform in your product development. So this is what I mean to talk about. So this take like a couple of years, or even we took it took us to 3 years to develop this platform. What going to explain how we build it uh, with 100+ engineers working with 3 years. So it's that kind of complex. So I will discuss what are these complexity. So and ultimately, if you build this platform, yes, obviously you can get a lot of benefit because of the it capture every aspect of your product development.
What did you say about the headcount?
100+
For what?
to develop this internal development platform.
Okay, that's quite a bit.
That's
And
quite a
where-
bit.
Do you have any insight as to where like 20 to 30 came from on these slides? Just like a swag.
Yeah. So sorry, I think this is I did mistake. So yeah. So for us, it took like I think it's a copy paste mistake. 100+ engineers to build this one. It's a PE team is something around 40, but not only the PE, right? So we have the UI team who is managing the console, then the SRE team who is managing, and the all team together is 100+. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah.
When you're creating the NEP, one could argue that it's similar across companies. Most companies that develop products are developing very different products across their domains, right?
Yes.
Building a software to do X in fintech versus someone saying medical. I mean, they're completely different.
Different.
When we get to tool chains, right? Obviously, there's a lot of commonality in how you produce software, right?
Yeah.
So tools like Backstage
Yeah.
coming up. Do you see that replacing, or do you see that that's really hard to standardize, or do you see value? I don't know if you kind of gonna bring that in.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can't develop a platform to cater 100% of the all the industry to work. Yeah. So
But if it's a platform that allows plugins, allows
yes.
functionality,
So yeah, the
just
Backstage
saying,
kind of
given that effort,
yes.
that's still in the product.
Yeah.
Within the product, like within your company.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if you're taking Backstage to build this kind of platform, again, I will explain that it require a lot of integration lot of other tools.
Right.
To choosing these tools and integrating and get the knowledge, insight of knowledge of these tools also time consuming and lot of skill set which
I
will.
feel like there's a big opportunity for vendors to help with that market, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a common, I mean, I'm not saying it's the same, because how everyone produces something is different.
Yes.
But there's a general consolidation that I think you'll see coming.
Yes. So that's the message I want to give also. Like so basically, if you are a larger company and if you have a skill set, time, and budget, you can build this platform by using integrating all of these available tools.
Like they did it in open source.
Yes.
It seems like it's a heavy lift for a lot of companies, especially on the small side, to get involved, because the resources, if you build in your own product for internal, right?
Yeah, internal
So
to
it's gonna
you
steal a lot.
consume. Yes. So that's what. So I will go to the details. Yeah, I will cover that. What are the budget constraint coming to develop this platform? So I will explain. This information is there.
One final question.
Sure.
Did you productize this? Is that the open source platform that you alluded to earlier?
So the SaaS offering at the moment, it's not open source, but we are trying to open source it as a data plane part of it. So I will explain this control plane and data plane. But all other the tools, even we use in-house tools as well as the open source other CNCF tools. So all tools are open source tools we use to build this platform. Yeah. So data plane and control plane as to separate. Data plane parts we are going to try to make it open source. It's still not open source, that part. So to answer your question, this is yeah, this is what yeah, no issue. Yeah, this is a good question. So yeah, so this is what our experience. So basically, so we engage with 10 or 12 customers with building their platform throughout the 18 years. So 60% of their budget went to build that platform. So only couple of platform become success. So all other businesses have to be closed down because of uh, uh, the budget is used to that build the platform, but not the business development. So that's the issue we are seeing. Even like I said, even if you use the backstage to build this, if you have a money and budget and the skill set, yes, you can build it. There's no magic. You can build it, but it's matter of how you can balance the the budget and the time frame and the skill set you want in your company. So that's the decision we need as a company to take, whether we want to build it or whether we want to use a SaaS product or get a.
Has anyone done the cost benefit analysis on the journey? Because there's also a cost for not having a platform.
Yes.
Technically.
Yeah.
Has anyone done the like two companies in parallel, one adopted, sunk the money, one
Yes.
didn't?
I believe some I didn't come across that question analysis. Yeah. So it's again it's a matter of the how product savvy, how frequently you deliver your product into the market, right? So if you are delivering a product couple of for a year, couple of months, a couple of releases per a year, again, my opinion is platform is not needed. You can manage it, but if you are delivering a weekly or daily product into the production, having a platform is more give more productive.
Speed is important.
Is velocity.
The
Yeah.
value of the platform.
Yes.
We know there's some companies that try to do it all with one person. So it's only going to be 100 years.
Yeah.
300.
They're tenants.
Okay. So let me go to the now technical stuff. So basically, so this is the reference architecture. What we believe we need to have in the internal developed platform as a service, or internal developed platform rather service. So so basically, so in our mental model, we shouldn't focus only for the runtime or operational aspect. Should cover from the design and the developer aspect as well. So we have to think about that aspect. Otherwise, we are disconnecting development experience from the runtime operational experience. So here, in the your left hand side, so it's you can think about how to analyze the business problem and come up the design. So it's a domain driven design. Is a trending design principles many people try to adapt. So even you can start with that. Like, so basically you can divide your business problem into a domain with a business domain, it can be subdomain or domain. So based on that domain, you can find out your services in your services, and can hand over to the different teams to take care of analyzing and writing this application for that subdomains. So that comes with the teams, structuring your team. And then these teams can individually deliver their product to the entire the higher level as a entire product. So that you need to think about how you can design, you can write your codes. Then we need to take that the design, what we design in the design phase need to be mapped into the runtime. So there's some challenges. I will explain what are challenges we came across when you are moving from domain driven design into the platform like Kubernetes. So then I will discuss how we overcome that, which technologies which architectural pattern we use. So these things we need to consider while developing a platform. Then obviously from CI/CD involved, because we need to continuously integrate and deliver it. And then in the runtime aspect, we need to have observability is a critical. And other thing is, even though now we are talking about the microservices or distributed architecture, observability is a key to troubleshoot in runtime, but it's not cheap. So to get observability product use in your company, it's not cheap. It's very expensive if you want to use.
And you try to do a pluggable architecture because it's very hard to do each of those services well across the entire suite, right?
Yes.
So,
This is where the domain divide the business problem into the domain, and within the domain you can write your own microservices with your own preferred language, suitable language, and that independently deliver into the production. And then we have this concept called cell architecture. I will explain bit Ramesh, right? So there you can interact each business domain via a well-defined gateway where you can control the access, governance, everything can manage within that platforms.
my question is because are you proposing designing the entire platform with your own code? So you're building from scratch in this case, the platform engineering?
Yeah, so I mean,
The platform, because the reason I ask,
yes,
the toolchain ecosystem has hundreds of vendors, thousands.
right.
So if you multiply that in software hours, right,
Yeah,
you could not replicate. So any company would be foolish to reinvent the wheel.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
So
it's pluggable in the sense
It's-
that maybe they focus on one area that's maybe very important to them, but the rest would be integration of vendor tools. Is that part of the?
yes, so basically, I'll come to the implementation detail. So in that, I will discuss more than 20 plus CNCF project integrated to build this platform. It's integrating with different tools and build this platform. It's not a from scratch. It's pluggable, yeah.
It's an integration layer across.
Exactly, yeah. So obviously, we shouldn't reinvent the wheel, right? So yeah, you can't do it basically. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, Lakmal, sorry, very basic question.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. So what is available on the public cloud today and what is not available? Like all these things, are they available on AWS or we are saying they are not available?
They are not available. So
Why- I don't understand what that.
yeah, so basically, even say take AWS, Azure, or GCP, or all these cloud. So infrastructure as a service available, and different even login service, different observable service, all things are available. But now, if you want to build a like a single workflow platform, that part is not available. You have to wire up everything, and then you have to build this platform. So the question is now, if you are using AWS to build this platform, then you can't move your platform into the Asia, because now you are coupled with this vendor. That's again
So you
another
can use
question.
the platform where, sorry?
So for example, if you build a platform in AWS, now you can't easily move out of AWS to the Asia. Asia, Microsoft Asia, Azure.
Azure,
Yeah,
Azure,
Azure.
sorry, okay.
Yeah.
I lock in.
Locking into that provider. So that also issue a lot of customers we have seen. And now, even now, when we're discussing the disaster recovery, we can think about multi-regional deployment. But again, that's a question now. So recently, we had an incident with GCP with the Australian company. It's a multi-regional deployment, but single cloud provider accidentally delete entire account. So these things happen, right? So basically, so now industry want to have a multi-cloud solution. Shouldn't be coupled into the single vendor. Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with Azure AWS, but I know GCP, at least, I think they originally started with this mindset, right? Then they were forced into IaaS by AWS.
App engine is that? Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
But, so I think they are trying to replicate. They are trying to provide you a platform as a service, technically, right? In their service offerings, because they are, serverless, they're cloud. I mean, they're really putting all the pieces in place.
Yeah.
I foresee them being in competition. And with Anthos, they're also not. They're trying to corner the control plane, not the data plane.
Yeah. So it's a like a fuzzy answer. So basically, if you take any cloud provider, 80% of the revenue coming from the infrastructure. Yes, they develop the software layer for software for these layers, but again, so like I said, so from the industry, because of these issues, vendor lock-in issues, there's no like a major market coming to that layer. So the way this Kubernetes is has as a developed as a cloud agnostic or vendor agnostic, as now every cloud vendor is adapted that, right? So earlier we hadn't have that.
But that's my point. Is that I think I don't. Again, from vision wise, I can see the tea leaves on GCP at least that they're counting on providing that control plane and then betting their money on making sure that you are likely to run that infrastructure on them because they're better. I mean, that was always what they said, right? We're not going to lock you in, supposedly, right? That the idea of Kubernetes was shared. And,
Yeah.
Many of their services have a counterpart open source offering. But I remember always them saying that their goal is to say that we allow you to run this anywhere, but you want to come back to us because we have the best networking on the best.
Yeah, but unfortunately, not very few. It's can run on any cloud. For example, Kubernetes, yes, obviously it's open source and every cloud provider adapted that. For example, if you take the log, so AWS have the CloudWatch, and GCP have the Stack Driver. Azure as the Azure Log Analytics. So all three cloud the log solutions not portable.
Yeah, but Hotel and other, I mean, there's efforts.
Yeah, but what I'm seeing, so they, even though infra level, at least for the now, infra level is more commodity, but on top of that, whatever the software layer building is not common.
There's
At
cloud
least
events as well coming.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that there is. I'm looking ahead, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
if you're going to invest in doing something like that,
Yeah.
you don't want to be competing. The same problem with VMware, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so
your
I think
insights,
the
what's your-
strategically, whoever building this kind of top layer should be run across the cloud. It shouldn't be tied to a single vendor. Yeah, that's the strategy we should take care. Any questions? Yeah. So like now, so in the runtime, like even the because of this distributed system now, resiliency is another key. Now we know that we couple of years back we try to come up with different service mesh solutions. Now it's going to practically people trying to use it, because it start with the sidecar cars, and then there's a lot of resource consumption. Because of that, we didn't adapt the sidecar solutions. But now there are a couple of solutions now picking up alternative to this kind of resiliency, and all these things should be there if you want to have a very large platform to manage and maintain in the runtime aspects. Yeah, so these are a couple of the challenges we face while designing this platform. So basically, like I said, so we want to start with the design phase. We can start the domain-driven design as a example. Now, but when you're going to map that design into the runtime, we don't have a exact way to do that. So basically, even Kubernetes, we can have some kind of labeling and tag your domain, but you can't do like isolation or this kind of thing. So I will explain what approach we did to overcome these things. Then autonomous team operations. Like I said, now with the domain-driven design, individual teams or two-piece teams can be develop their product individually, and now they can push into the production as they wish, right? That's the autonomous behavior we want to give for the improve the productivity. Now, then it's coming with the another challenges. How these teams behavior, team operations are impact to the other teams. How you can control whatever the develop within that team to impact to the other teams. So we should have some kind of isolation. We should have a kind of control all how these things manage within the runtime. Then dependency management. Yeah, obviously, even though we call it a single domain or subdomain, team can develop their own things, but in the overall picture, overall product, you can't write a single team, right? Multiple team writing multiple system. Now we need to have a dependency with other team, whatever do in the other teams. So we need to have how this dependency can manage. Then uh, then the service discovery and the governance process. Now we need to have a way to discover what other team is doing, what are they exposing as APIs, how we can how we can use these APIs from the APIs that owns that APIs. They want to have some kind of the control or governance. What are the rate limiting we want to do give for the if you are giving to another team, because you can't. This is an integrated product, right? Integrated product. You have to have a governance process in the entire system. So again, this is not a not a problem in a smaller team, but if you are in enterprises, larger teams develop a larger enterprise product, this is a challenging problem. Then the complexity in the scaling and resiliency. So now we have a small team develop their project or some think about a couple of services within the project. Now, if you take entire the platform or entire product, there can be different scaling patterns can be in the product. By some whatever project developed by some team will getting high load, they need to be in scale uh, uh, and cater the entire system. But within that project also, there are some individual component may be getting high load. If we need to scale that small components to cater that requirement. So the scalability again become complex. There can be dependency, scaling, all these things need to be considered while developing a platform. And then obviously infrastructure and CI/CD automation, right? So now because of autonomous team, smaller team, they deliver fast, they develop fast, and they won't deliver fast into the production. So if we don't have a pipeline set up, it can be bottleneck for the operational people. Like you can't they can't wait for the operational people to pick and put into the production. We should have automated pipeline setup, otherwise it will be bottleneck in the push into the production. Then security implication. Now obviously, right? So because of the lot of microservices now developed by different team, different languages, different libraries, used by different teams. So we need to have a scanning process, vulnerability scanning, and we should have a like a zero trust environment to protect from the network layer to the isolations. Otherwise, if something happened, it can be spread to the entire system. So we need to have consider how you can have a zero trust kind of environment. Like I said, observability is key, because now, unlike the monolith, we have a single binary to monitor. Now we may be 20, 30 microservices running over the network, all the communication happening over the network. Now we need, if you want to troubleshoot something, it's very hard. So we need to have a proper observability and login system. Otherwise, it's very it nightmare to troubleshoot in production. Then obviously, like this is a very famous thing. If you can develop this kind of larger platform and using microservices, eventually it will ended up with hitting the cost. So like that also need to be considered, like how we can reduce the cost. If it is idle for a services, can we scale them to zero? These things we need to build into the platform. Otherwise, when we're running, it will ended up with getting a lot of larger bills. Yeah, so to go into the implementation, I will briefly touch upon this few architectural patterns we use to implement this. So this is a cell-based architecture. We call it CBA. Is originally proposed by our CTO, ex-CTO, and the current CTO. So basically, I put the reference link. It's a white paper, GitHub. You can find out detail. So basically, it's like you can group. It's going hand in hand with the domain-driven design. So you can group the services who are very closely working together as a cell, and then it's a network bounded deployment unit, so that the services running inside the cell only access via a well-defined gateway as a API gateway. Otherwise, it is networkly bound; no one can access it. So you can because of this, you can control a lot of security as well as the governance and all the rate limiting. These policies can easily implement using this kind of architectural pattern. So just few terms. So in the cell, in a given larger product can be multiple cells depending on the domain or subdomain, and within the cell, each microservices can independently talk each other. But if you are talking cell to another cell as a dependency, we call it east-west traffic. So that need to be go via a well-defined gateway. And if you are exposing some services to the outside, we call it northbound traffic. As a internet, it's again going via a well-defined gateway. And if the one of the services calling an external endpoint, we call it southbound traffic. So it's again we can control these calls via egress gateway. All these are in place if I adapt this kind of architecture. Right. Okay. So again, now this is coming to the how we plug everything together and build this platform. So basically, so I think this as a cloud native middleware, because to build a platform you can't build from scratch. So we have to integrate a lot of existing tools, products which are available, and build on top of that. So that's the wiring thing we need to. So then but the question is, this is the cloud native landscape. It's very complex. Yeah. If you yeah 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 if you want to find a product for a single category, you can find 10 or 20 products. Yeah, competition good, but from the platform engineering point of view, now you have to evaluate each team, each product, and identify which are the best suited for your thing. So it's a become very complex. You need to get your matter of knowledge out of these products.
More architecture patterns around those areas and put adapters, something that makes it a standard interface. And every tool's fighting on implementation instead of everyone having a separate, which is both hotel and all. those are initiatives that are because of that.
Yes, yeah. But again,
More of them have to come out for each of these areas.
yeah. So like, there are few are in dominant in this space, but again, like I said, it's good thing to have. Again, it's coming with the complexity. So that's the trade-off. Yeah.
There are projects like Canoe that are kind of reference architectures. That's like one for platform.
Canoe, how you spell it?
CNOE. I don't know what it stands for.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I'm
But it's just
saying
like, it's just a spec.
because that's the same issue. Like if you guys remember with hotel before that, it was like that or whatever their company had
Mhm.
before, and then Google had its own, and some were implementation, some was reference.
Yes.
Eventually, they realized that in order for adoption to be able to get, they have to standardize on the interface,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that way the vendors are competing. But there's same with cloud events, right?
Yeah. So that
Each of
yeah.
these areas that, once you have the taxonomy and those domains clearly identified,
Yeah.
I think CNCF would be in a great position to promote, some sort of competition, but with a standard. So it makes the life of an
Yeah.
integrator
Yeah.
a lot easier. Right?
Yeah, I
Same
agree.
in the car industry works that way, right? Or any other
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah. So the interface and the standard should be there. That's the first thing. Without that, we can't do anything. But even though if you have a standard interaction between different things, but the capabilities or the features built on top of that standard is different now. So now when you are choosing a product, you need to evaluate that feature set
It's always
and see.
that problem.
Yeah.
Those types of innovation.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But if you talk to average platform engineer, it's very hard to go to an entire stack and evaluate a product. Yeah, yeah. That's a major challenge I have seen.
Plus, you make a mistake, it's very hard, very costly to
Revert it. Yeah. Okay. So here I will go to the implementation detail. What the approach we did, what are the tools we use, and share our experience. So in Choreo, so our platform internal development platform service called Choreo. So it has a two separate thing: control plane and the data plane. So control plane at the moment we are running on Microsoft Azure, and data plane we can run on any cloud. So this is one of strategy we took. We can run on any cloud provider or even on-prem clusters. We are only depending on the Kubernetes as the orchestration layer, and obviously just networking and load balancing, firewalling from underneath that particular cloud provider or on-prem, and the storage solution. So yeah, kind of.
also platform.
Yes. Base infrastructure, we have to rely on the whatever cloud provider. But on top of that, software layer we build as a cloud vendor agnostic layer. So I will explain what we use to build that. And because of this architecture, even we start with Microsoft Azure as a single cloud vendor platform. Later we decouple it, and we had to take a challenge, and we had to choose a different technology or even the product to run in multi-cloud solution. We took that investment and did it because it required if you're having a large enterprises to run in multi-cloud. Otherwise, they are now not tied to a single vendor now. Okay, so these are the few stuff we use within the building platform. So there are more as well. So we are using GitHub, we are using GitHub Action, but now we are trying to move away from GitHub Action. Primary reason, like last 2 to 3 years, it's not stable enough to us to run. So we have seen a lot of downtimes. Because of that, we are trying to move to the Argo workflow and Argo CD. So that's a in transition now. Yeah, obviously we use the Docker, we use a TV scanner for the container scanning. We use a Google Build Specs to build the different language Docker images. Obviously, we use Kubernetes. We use Keyword. At the moment, we are using cloud provider keyword like a keyword, HashiCorp, not the AWS key manager. Everything we are using cloud provider, but again, we haven't thought about decoupling it because we can use it. Every cloud provider have that. The interface is like the same kind of interface. We are using API gateway. We're using a lot of eBPF tooling. I will explain eBPF. What is eBPF? We're using Cilium service mesh as a CNI plus service mesh. I will explain what are the features we are using Cilium. We're using WireGuard for the transport layer encryption, and Hubble as the observability, Envoy as the proxies and the gateway, Prometheus to metrics, collect all the metrics, OpenSearch for the log solution. OpenSearch is a fork version of the Elk stack. It's earlier maintained by the AWS is the maintainer. Now is in the Sandbox project in CNCF. Last week, I think they have donated it to that CNCF. We are using Frontbeat and we are using KEDA for the scale 0. So these are stack we are using at the moment.
You haven't put this in marketing of ethnicity AI.
I know. Yeah, not AI. we have the AI, but yeah. Yeah. KEDA is a scale to 0. You can,
Okay,
yeah,
so
serverless model, yeah.
development, is there any included Grafana?
Grafana, so basically the dashboard we built from ourselves. We use the Prometheus and OpenSearch for the collect the metrics and logs. We build the dashboard from ourselves. We are not using Grafana because we want to have a single console, web console,
Not have
multiple things. That's the challenge we want to solve. Because even though we integrate in this product, we have to log into different product and experience is different. So we want to have a single unified experience. So how many of you know eBPF? Cool. Yeah, cool. So family. Yeah. So we use BPF a lot in the underneath, because of the performance impact doesn't have into the production. So all these things we use. So I will skip because of many of you know the BPF, so I can skip few slide here.
It's just for your performance, but it adds some potential.
Yeah. So like for example, network layer, it's heavily it optimize the lot of stuff. So for example, this kind of thing. So basically, we use this because of we are using Cilium CNI. It's used the eBPF underneath. So we had a lot of network performance boost because of we have like large clusters. So you have some clusters running a 60 plus community nodes with nearly 12,000 microservices. So we need to have some kind of optimization. Otherwise,
Simplified stack for local for your concept. You own the entire product.
yes, yeah,
Those standards kind of get in the way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, performance. This is like a comparison we done with the eBPF proxyless Kubernetes routing and the
How easy was it, development wise, to optimize it for?
yeah. So basically, because of we are using Cilium underneath using handle a lot. So basically, we are not dealing more low level. Yeah, but there are a lot of us.
Did you start right away, or was this a performance improvement?
So we started right away because of we want to few other features built like transparent encryption, observability, network and performance got as like a bonus. Yeah. Okay. So let me try to explain. So the the tools I explained where it's capture the data and we use in this implementation. So like I said, we can start with the domain driven design. People can start with the defining their subdomain and identify the services within the domain. Now, when you want to map that into the runtime, we use Kubernetes namespace as a domain boundary, and then we use the Cilium network policies to protect these boundaries. So, and we use GitHub action at the moment for the building and image building part, and then deploy into the Kubernetes as a within the namespace. Deployment, HPA, everything is standard with the best practices. Nothing major. Now we map a domain into the Kubernetes namespace with the network policies. Now, for example, now say in this example, we have the project foo, project bar, and for example, the requirement, say S1 need to be exposed publicly as a API, expose API, and S1 talk to S1 need to talk to S2 in foo. Then S2 need to expose publicly in the bar project, and S2 need to talk to S3, and cross domain S2 in the foo need to talk to the S1 in the bar. These are like the normally what you want to do within the dependencies within the when you are building up large applications. Now, how these things can manage? So because of this cell architecture, because of the cell having a gateway for each cell, so it enforces all the traffic coming to that gateway. Because of that, now if you want to expose S1 in the foo, it need to be explicitly exposed, otherwise no one can access from the outside. So it's a very important in the enterprises because even developer can't expose into the outside. They have to be explicitly exposed, and when you are exposing that, it will come into the authentication authorization handlers in the gateway level. So it's coming for the security implementation, and also because of that, it can manage API. We can do the rate limiting, we can do the all these insight capturing, metrics capturing, everything can be captured in the gateway layer because it required to get the what happening inside these business units. We can need to take the how many calls come to the S1, what are latency, what are the error rate, all these things are captured because of coming to a gateway as a API.
Those restrictions only at the higher levels or also at the lower level?
It's it is in the layer 7.
So then at layer 4.
Layer 4, I will explain. So layer 4, we have the these boundaries. So layer 3, 4, we have network boundary.
See kind of like
Yeah, we are using Cilium network policy. We deny every traffic. Only the gateway can access to the
the cell.
cell.
It's kind of like an extended use of like a service concept.
It's not a service per se. It's a
Well, because the service is a container, but you're
Yeah.
creating a larger
it's a grouping.
Mimicking how a container and a pod works in Google, right? It's
Yeah,
similar, but broader scope.
broader scope. Yeah, so each service
Same
having
architecture pattern, that's what
is happening. Yeah, it's like a we call it a cell because it's the individual services in Kubernetes and pods work together, group as a cell. Then within that services, each services can talk each other freely. But if you want to talk, if you want to expose a given service to the outside, it should be explicit.
But not on the local. They talk to each other, still local, but just constrained to the cell.
So constraints to cell. Yes. Yeah. So we use we because of the our company is a WSO is a API management company. We use the gateway. Our gateway it uses our NOI underneath. Then every the traffic comes to the inside the cell is authenticated and authorized traffic is only coming to the inside the cell. There's no unauthorized traffic coming because it has a boundary. Only traffic can come via the gateway.
How do you scale the services within the cell?
It independently scale because of attaching the HPS. This can independently scale
And that one is within the cell.
within the cell.
So that means there's some sort of a load balancer
right?
Yeah. So basically,
Inside each of the services front end by itself.
it's a Kubernetes service. It's a Kubernetes load balancer. Yeah. And now, because of the platform entire traffic, we want to encrypt the communication with every port or every node, everything. So we use the Cilium with WireGuard encryption. Because of that, it to the layer transport layer encryption. Entire communication is encrypted because of that. In the application developer doesn't want to worry about writing HTTPS to the certificate protection, everything is handed over to the platform level.
So Cilium, you're using Cilium Service Mesh,
Yes.
right? And Cilium Service Mesh has an egress gateway.
Yes.
Are you replacing egress gateway with your API gateway?
No. So Cilium has two gateways. Ingress gateway as using again using on NOI with the Kubernetes API spec, gateway spec. We are using that. I will explain it later. For egress gateway, we are not using at the moment because it's not multi-tenanted. Our cluster is multi-tenanted, handling multi-tenanted. But we are using Cilium's the network policy to control egress. For example, you can control saying that we can say this service only can talk to the google.com. That we can control that via the Cilium network policy, and this can only talk to the Yahoo whatever. So that level egress control we are doing not via the egress control, so egress gateway. It's coming from the network like a firewalling, outgoing firewalling.
I know you don't want to make these diagrams too complex, but I keep on seeing pods. I keep on figuring that this is probably one cluster at a time. But is there a reason why you would not talk about that level of implementation at this point, or we're trying to stay high, right? But I can't not think about the implementation. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So the implementation, so basically we use Cilium CNI. Now, whenever we deploy a pod, it attaches a network Kubernetes namespace and network policy. So that network policy will control who can talk to this pod. That implementation. So it's a network policy, how defined in the Cilium spec. Then we in the implementation we only allow to talk to this service via the gateway port. So
I understand fully. I'm just thinking, if I was being dastardly, I'd say, oh, well, you're probably all deploying this in one pod and one namespace on one cluster. And
Okay.
You're controlling everything by IP and by encryption, and I doubt that's the case, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to go that next level.
Yeah. So the only thing is, so you can't control from IP level because of the nature of the Kubernetes changing the IPs and everything. So because of that, I think I skipped that. So this Cilium has this identity-based network routing. So basically, when we are defining a service or pod, we can attach a label. Based on that label, you can define. Let me go to that. Yeah. So basically, this is a worker node. This is a port running in that worker node. So app one. Now, when this app one talk to the app two, from the Cilium, the EP50 level, it attach identity to that network packet. Based on that, when the network policy said, okay, now you have the app one as identity. So I can put a network policy in that app two. You can only allow traffic from app one, not others. Yeah. So this is the implementation detail how the Cilium's done, but we are using the network policy as high level. It work like in this architecture.
Cilium will use Kubernetes native stuff to enforce those abstractions, right?
Yeah.
It's defined at the Cilium
Yeah.
policy level.
Yeah. So basically, they use the Kubernetes metadata and put that into the network layer and enforce the policies. Yeah, that
But you're
the
not showing all that.
yeah.
Keep going.
Oh, it's a so basically
It's a lot.
it's-
It does a lot of.
it's very low level. So yeah. Yeah, this is more about the entire platform. Yeah, it's like a very deep. Yeah. So again, this is what I discussed. So basically, with the Cilium again, layer 3-4, you can drop the traffic in the boundary of the cell. So that how we implement the protect the cell boundary.
But that boundary is it's an abstract concept that you created, right? Enforced by the policies of Cilium that knows that S1, S2 metadata says there is some, but it's not a Kubernetes boundary. It's your own.
Yes, exactly. So it's a abstract from our concept. It's tied to couple to the namespace plus namespace plus network policies. That's why how we implemented it.
You recreated in some way that all concept, but at a high level, right?
Exactly.
Inception. Is that the movie
Inception.
Inception?
Dream of dream.
We can do one more level.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Now for the logs, what we are doing is so we are running a Fluent bit every node. It collect as a running a daemon set. So it collect the entire logs and publish into the OpenSearch cluster. We are using OpenSearch. In OpenSearch, it has a query language. You can correlate with the Kubernetes labeling, port names, everything. We can index in all with this information, and you can get the query. So we build a single dashboard, log Beaver dashboard out of this OpenSearch. Now even if you want to set up OpenSearch, like basically, you want to think of the high availability, DR aspect, everything you have to take care of, because now we are going away from the cloud services. The cloud services, if you are subset cloud services, they do that. So even if you're using a CloudWatch, Stackdriver, HL Analytics, they do that. Now, because of now we are going away, we have to think about how we can have the replication, high availability, and the DR recovery. All this you need to be take care of. That's again become complex. So even OpenSearch, you can run. So even Kubernetes, if you are using cloud provider managed Kubernetes, it can multi-zone Kubernetes, right? You can have a running your Kubernetes node in multiple zones. If you are having that capability, then you can say OpenSearch to run your data node in multi-zone, not in a single zone. These things need to be taken care of, otherwise can zone unavailability can be impacted, and then the data will be lost. Then we are taking a snapshot, daily snapshot, and we are backing up this snapshot in a different cloud. So multi-cloud. Yeah. So that is strategy we are using. We are taking backup and storing in different cloud, because even not in the same cloud region. It's just DR aspect. So I think if you are familiar with Kubernetes, you know how to do this. Just I put the slide deck. Yeah, you can use the topology spread constraint. If you put that, it automatically deploy your application into the multi-zone that coming under the managed Kubernetes. So it's support from the Kubernetes. Right. Then metrics. So we collect metrics different levels. So we collect. So because we are running Cilium, Cilium is running a Onoi proxy in each node. So it's a it's not a sidecar. It's a one node per Onoi per node. Yeah. So we transparently route every traffic via that Onoi. User doesn't know. We enforce layer 7 policies in that, and also collect layer 7 metrics like HTTP, status code, request count, error count, everything we collected, and that metrics will be captured from the Prometheus and store in the Prometheus time series database. In addition to that, Cilium is coming with Hubble. Hubble you can collect the layer 3, layer 4 network packet streams. That we collecting from that also, we summarize it and store again into the Prometheus time series database. So we collect the data, runtime data, and we store them in a defined time period, and user can correlate with their workload and get the stats out of that.
Is your solution multi-tenant, or do you have multiple implementations per customer that use the same architecture pattern? Deploy, but it's customer
Yeah.
dedicated?
Yeah, so we have two solutions. We have a multi-tenant solution as a shared cluster,
So that's a SaaS offering?
SaaS offering, and also we have a product called, we call it private data plane. We can deploy entire data plane stack for that customer as well. It's a single tenant customer then.
You mean the control plane and the data?
No, only the data plane. Control plane is multi-tenant, right?
Always.
Always. Because we are not storing any data in there. We just send in the signal to, okay, do whatever things. All the data within the cluster, within the Kubernetes cluster. We storing, running the Prometheus within this cluster, running the OpenSearch within this cluster, everything within the cluster itself. We are not taking data out of these clusters. That's again compliance requirement, because large enterprises require that, otherwise they can't send
So even Prometheus is running dedicated to the data plane of that.
Yes.
So that data is there, that Prometheus instance is there.
Yes, yeah. So here the Prometheus architecture. So we are running 2 Prometheus node, same cluster, because of high availability, and we are using Thanos to get the core engine to work with to Prometheus. So if you are using Prometheus, we have to be careful, because if you are not correctly optimizing your data points, it can be increased your memory like a couple of 10 GB, 12 GB, 13 GB, whatever kind of level.
So how about audit logs? So actions I do in the control plane, those audit logs get also sent to the data plane for my actions?
So audit logs are
Or are they control plane only?
only in the control plane. It's like actions, not user data, but who this, what kind of thing.
If you've implemented a dashboard that can access the Prometheus data,
Yeah.
how do you does data flow to the SaaS backend to display to the users, or does it flow directly to the user?
Directly user. So basically, so so I didn't have that picture. So yeah, so this is the data plane. Right? We are running OpenSearch, Prometheus, everything within this data plane. Now we are running another API server here. So this is where we expose the APIs to build collect the data. Build a dashboard that come into your browser. The browser will directly call to this APIs running inside this data plane and get the data out and into that your browser. We explicitly did this because of the you won't have a compliancy. We don't get out to our control plane. It's only within your data plane.
And those encryption keys and all of that are custom.
Yeah, so customer will get the token, and only the authorization and authentication, everything happen. Yeah.
So can the control plane puncture firewalls for the customer, or how do you make sure that only customers can access their own system security-wise?
So basically, when we're setting up the control data plane, there's a API gateway we are implanting, so that when you're setting up, it only allow to the customer's token get the serve the request. So it's in the implementation, in the deployment time, it's set up, then it's belong to the particular organization. Whatever token belong to that organization can only access to that data set. That place in place within the
How
cluster.
do you manage the identity access management on the control plane, and
Yeah, so basically, again, it's a OAuth token based, OAuth based management. So it's has a scope and everything inbuilt. Based on that, it validate the uh, only that particular customer within that organization can access.
That's one of your core products.
Yeah, that's one
how
of
I
the
learned about your name.
yeah yeah API and the access management.
They say cell base, doesn't each cell correspond to like a Kubernetes cluster?
It's not Kubernetes cluster. It's a virtual thing, but we implemented a cell in Kubernetes namespace plus network policies in high level.
But technically a cell by default is running a service, one or more services. Therefore, internally, those one service will likely distribute across multiple zones in the underlying, therefore they are not in the same cluster.
Not yeah. So at least
Not in the same.
same node. Right. It can be a multiple node, but it's the same cluster.
Yes.
Yeah. But in the virtually in network layer in Kubernetes, it's a flat network across the multiple node. You can say whether it's running on different node. You can say it's a virtually grouped together.
So I kept trying to understand what your boundary of that. These are all cells. I think you have 4 hexagons.
Yes, this is cells.
What is the boundary of a cell?
It's like a it's a boundary means like a mapping to the domain or subdomain. You are in a design phase. So you can have multiple individual services that work very closely together, and only a few services will be exposed as APIs. So that you want to control these boundaries, because this random person shouldn't call these individual services. We only can call this whatever
Okay, so yeah, basically like the concept of pod
higher level.
in a kind of a Kubernetes, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying multiple pods
Yeah.
together can be one cell.
Yes, exactly.
And each of them, so only one IP address is there in that.
No. So this is individual ports. It can be a containers within the ports. It can be multiple, but the gateway is only exposed point to the outside.
Yeah, another abstraction level. So instead of pod, call it big brother pod.
Yeah.
But it basically works the same way. Concept.
High level. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I know we are running out of time, but what is doing all this? What's the benefits to what are the modified benefits? I mean, I've got some of the implementation part of it.
Yes. So yeah, basically, if you are a larger company, so like a software delivery, so if you having this kind of thing, it's very you can see a lot of productivity improve. Like so, when individual developer can develop their code, and entire platform take care of running that in different environment, testing everything in place, and running in production. If there are any issue, logs is available, observability is available, everything is available. Otherwise, you can't maintain of this large enterprise software. That's why people want to build a platform or either buy a platform.
So each cell, and going back to that cell,
Yeah.
Cell becomes like a sandbox for the developer, and another cell becomes a sandbox for the runtime environment. I'm trying to understand now.
It's like this. So basically, if you're taking a larger software, there are individual components running in large system, right? Now, some component, this component will develop by different team. Now, so you won't have as enterprise, you won't have control who call what kind of thing. These things only can enforce if you're having a gateway, like a cell gateway implemented. Otherwise, you can't control it. You can't govern. It's enterprise. It's like enterprise.
At Schwab, for example, even source code you cannot share across teams. The minimum, I mean, they avoid minimum sharing. So when you buy a lot of products, sometimes they'll make whole projects available, so they don't have a very robust IAMs. And so allowing you for themselves, you can have a team, like a division, or do products behind those protections.
Yeah, so I think we come to the.
We have to wrap it up. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I almost done. Almost done. So basically, yeah, like I said, so we use a lot of tools to develop this platform. So if you develop platform, like I said, it improve the productivity. But to develop this kind of platform require a lot of resource and the effort, time. So like I said, is if you have larger enterprises, if you have time, energy, and the team with the skill, you can build it. There's no magic. But if you're a smaller company, if you want to more product improve your delivery, improve, you can subscribe to or you can buy a IDP kind of product and use it rather building it. That's the strategy. That's why I call it platformless. It improve the platform engineering skill set. I mean the life within the small enterprises, because otherwise platform engineer will be bottleneck to run all this stuff. Yeah, so I have which are the slide deck. I have the references, the white papers. I have written a couple of articles based on this.
Maybe send the links out. Okay, send the link.
I will send this. I will send this slide deck.
Yeah, you can share with us.
Yeah. So if you want to try, you can try the Choreo. The platform is a free. You can have PTF. Yeah. So finally, thank you for having me. Community hosting meetup group. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, so as we wrap up here, just want to thank everyone for coming out again. And we have Jonathan speaking next month. So please join us next month, October 24th, and hear about his QCon talk. So he'll get to practice that here, which is pretty cool. If you'd like to present at future meetups, please either scan this QR code or just go to caseaustin/present, caseaustin.com/present, and spread the word about us so we can grow our little community here. It's been really fun having this we're almost a year now, and so yeah, we've been very lucky to have a influx of speakers, and we've grown the meetup over that time. So yeah, it's all about word of mouth though, and getting people that you either work with or that you know to come to our meetups and participate. And that's it. So as we do with every other meetup, at the end we just kind of gather up here and take a group photo. So if you wouldn't mind, get up off your seat and come in and let's do a group photo.
Chad, we should mention that we'll be off November and December.